What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, honey, and we are down here, girl. And we were talking about things that were on the blogs. You know what I'm saying?
I sponsor the now. Yes. I sponsor the blog. Let me tell you something.
And I wanted to go and look at the stuff that I had saved, and I wanted to look and see what we were talking about, right? So we just went to the dispensary, then we went to Starbucks, and now we're here. I actually filmed my dispensary. I vlogged my dispensary experience. I vlogged it. I actually just put the camera in my purse, and I just put the camera in my purse, and I have the camera facing. My phone actually sticks out of my purse because I have a little Telfeezy, and so it sticks outside of my purse, so I can film stuff, right, without anybody, paying attention. And so maybe I'll share that. I'll see what it is.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you? You remember me?
Yes.
Want some flour and some edible. So I would like to do that blackberry false alarm right here. Blackberry, the blue all the way to the end. Yeah, right there.
So I did that, and then we went to Starbucks. I got me a little blueberry muffin and a dirty chai latte with 3 pumps of brown sugar at 180 degrees with no foam with oat milk. Extra hot, and it's actually really good, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I actually need to go this weekend and redeem my points or my stars from Starbucks because I think I have a lot. Over 400. Hold on. I have 512 stars, so I need to go redeem in person at the register or in advance by ordering ahead. I need to see what's available. Because the last mug I got, I didn't really particularly like it. I didn't like the mouth part. Like, I didn't like that I could possibly burn my lip on the mouth part. The way that the fluid came into the mouth area, I feel like I would be at risk to burn my lips, and I don't want to risk that. So I don't really use it a lot. I use it without the top. I use it at home. I don't travel with it. And so we're just down here, girl. We're just talking about like what we've seen on the blog. I talked a little about Jeannie Mai on the other video. I really got upset because I don't understand how people, what they say. Like, are you listening to what did you read what you are about to hit send on, the little envelope? Did you read what you said? And then apparently yesterday, I mentioned Keke Palmer and this idea that Keke Palmer, I want to read some of these text messages. Let me find them, because what it sounded like to me was a woman in a relationship with a narcissist with some self-esteem issues, blaming herself for what is happening to her. Hold on, let me go down, and I want to see it here. Here it is. All to myself I did this. I am so unhappy with myself and going backwards by not being better, stronger, and smarter. I'm really going to have to pray on this because I'm just so sad and triggered, that deeply lonely and isolated place in myself where I tell myself no one in the world understands or loves me. I feel I'm not capable of pure and good love, and these are the energies I am now feeling and questioning and doubting. I'm just so sad. I feel so lost, and it hurts so bad because I thought I was so clear on so many things. This sounds like a relationship where she had to battle some shadows. It really does. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like that's what a narcissist will do. It will bring out a lot of stuff. It will bring out a lot of stuff that you don't even realize that you had issues with or wounds there, right? I'm ashamed of how I behaved. I am sorry that I was not who you needed me to be. Low self-esteem. I was not who you needed me to be. I was not who you needed me to be. I'm really sorry because I try so hard. You have no idea. If you don't see the similarities in the way that Jonathan Majors was talking to that girl and how she was responding to the way Keke text messages sound, it sounds like those possibly could be the same person. Blaming themselves for harm being inflicted on you and how you're responding to that harm. I'm not finished. I'm really sorry because I try so hard. You have no idea. I wish you can see into my heart and my mind, but I know only God can, and that's okay. That's why I love God, because I know that's one that knows me and most knows both of us the most. I just pray that I can have peace on this situation. And the unfortunate thing, when you are in relationship with a terrorist, there will be no peace. He will be the main one asking for peace while terrorizing you. I just want peace. I just want peace. But he's terrorizing you at the same time. Here she goes again. I just get so sensitive and become shell-shocked on the inside. I know when I love hard, and that's why I didn't want to be in anything, like a relationship, I guess. Then I fell for you and fell harder than before, and I'm scared I'm going to just spiral and spiral and spiral. I feel so stupid. I gave you so much control over my emotions. Listen to what she's saying. This doesn't sound like somebody, this sounds like somebody's in an abusive relationship. And this saddens me. I lost myself in trying so hard to keep you and hold on to a space that I felt we shared. In that moment in the alley, when you were walking away from me, I was just so soul crushed. That feeling that I felt, I can't explain. I'm still sitting in it in this very moment. In that moment in the alley, when you were walking away from me, I was soul crushed. I felt that I couldn't explain, and I'm sitting here in that very moment. I don't know why it was so hard for me to understand you walking away. All I saw was every deep moment we have ever had, and how couldn't I understand you turning your back on me? I had no space for your humanity, and I immediately tried to possess you, but you are not mine. Sounds like Keke has some rejection wounds that she needs to heal. Because when a person was seemingly playing a game with her and rejecting her or discarding her or throwing her away, she reacted violently. That's what it sounds like to me. I'm sorry for hitting you. I'm sorry for being afraid to lose you. Sir, for them to keep trying to put, it reminds me of Tory Lanez. You keep putting stuff out and it makes you look even more ridiculous. It doesn't gain points for you. And the way people are coming out like, oh, she was abusing him. Girl, no. This is clearly a person with low self-esteem who was trying to maintain a relationship with a narcissist who was pushing her away while she was trying to pull him in. Keke needs to be in therapy after this relationship. I hope she is talking. I imagine that Keke Palmer is a person who always goes to therapy. I feel like she goes to therapy. Like she wouldn't have a problem going to talk to a therapist about why she was showing up like that. Why did she hit him? She was afraid that he was going to leave. Men do it too. People do that. When they have a rejection wound and you reject them, they react violently. Does it make it right? No, it does not make it right. Does it make it right? No, it does not make it right. Does it make it right? No, it does not make it right. I had to pull a Umar on y'all because some of y'all act like you don't hear shit. So I got to say it 3 times to make sure. Luckily, I don't change the filter on this section. Why is this plane so low? Girl, where is it going? It is really low. It's making a turn. I thought it was about to land in the park, girl. Here she goes. I'm sorry for hitting you. I'm sorry for being afraid to lose you, and that turning into me acting out of fear and desperation. The fear of abandonment, the fear of rejection. That was not my best me that you received, and I'm sorry for that. He's literally bringing out her shadows that she's going to have to confront. And that's her looking in the mirror and really loving herself. And that's it. And that's the bottom line. I'm sorry for that. I'm mad at the situation. I'm mad at myself. I'm deeply affected. I'm deeply affected and afraid because it's such a deep heaviness that I don't want to feel anymore. It's not your fault nor job to alleviate it from me. I honestly need to pray on it. I just hate how exposed can feel. I'm just sad and sorry to be texting so much. That's what I truly hate when things like this go down. I got to be here at work. I have no time today to just be sleep and heal. I was up all night. Another thing, Shia LaBeouf did it to FKA Twigs when she was in the abusive relationship. And when you read FKA Twigs' story about her relationship with Shia LaBeouf and how short it was and how quick you can get in the vortex, in the love bombing, in the listen, when Jonathan Majors, it just reminded me of Shia LaBeouf and FKA Twigs. When Shia LaBeouf, he used to tell FKA Twigs that she had to kiss him X a number of times. I can't remember how many times it was. But she had to kiss him, I'll just say 5 times. Whenever she would greet him, he had a ritual that she would kiss him 5 times. If I'm not mistaken, and correct me if I'm wrong, on those recordings, Bianca, what's her name? Beulah was saying that I got up and she did something almost like if though it's something that he's asked her to do. I wish I could. I'm gonna find it, and I'm gonna try to enter it right here. But it just reminded me of that sleep deprivation, keeping you up all night arguing. That is part of it. Keeping you sleep deprived. Crying, you're up trying to figure out what's wrong. Just talk to me and tell me what's wrong. He's walking away from you. He's not going anywhere, bitch. He's not going nowhere. That is a tactic. It's all a tactic. Let me tell you something. It's all a tactic. I forgot all my shit at home. I'm in every single scene, yet I did this to myself. It says Keke is in hot water. She had the sisterhood believing her baby daddy was violent. Rodney says, y'all better Google reactive victim. That's exactly what this is. Darius ain't no victim. Keke is.
Okay, let's take a deep dive into reactive abuse because we had some questions about this and I think it's really important to talk about. I have spoken to many victims who say, hold up, we were both abusive to each other. And a lot of times what they're actually referring to is this term reactive abuse, which in my opinion is completely a misnomer. So somebody abuses you, somebody that you were supposed to be able to trust. They do something horrible, whether that's physical, sexual, financial, spiritual, emotional, psychological. They're hurting you deliberately, knowing that it's harming you. They're doing it anyway. And they push and they push and they push and they push, and finally you reach your breaking point, and maybe you call them a name, or you throw something, or you hit them. You freak out because guess what? You've been putting up with it for a really long time. And you're abusive? You're abusive because you finally cracked under all this pressure? No, you are a human being who has been treated like you are nothing. You're not abusive for reacting to abuse. Reactive abuse is an indicator that you need safety and you need it right now. Okay,
as it sounds like a woman with low self-esteem issues in a relationship with a narcissist. Push and pull. This is textbook. I don't believe shit those abusive Jackson brothers say. They're weird. Here's another comment. After reading those texts, I'm definitely riding with Keke. That man broke her. She's crying for control of herself again. And baby, I know what that feeling all too well. She's admitting she gave him too much of her, and now she don't recognize herself. Ooh, child, heal. No, sir, you are submitting proof of reactive abuse. This is what happens when a narcissist abuses you, and then you start to defend yourself. They then turn your defensive actions and responses to their violent behavior into proof of abuse. It's basically them hitting you and you hitting them back. Then making you hit them back is the problem. You internalizing it and then apologizing and then them using it against you. Narcissists love to do this to their victim. I'm telling you, I was in a relationship with a narcissist. Girl, I'm telling you, and ladies and gentlemen, and non-binary folks, if you are in a relationship and you are at the point where you are recording conversations, it's a wrap. But you get to that point because in a relationship with a narcissist, they have you questioning reality, right? This is how it goes with the narcissist. Oh my God, the sky is so beautiful. It's so blue today. They're like, no, it's not. What's wrong with you? The sky is clearly purple. It is clearly purple. What are you talking about? No, the sky is blue. You don't even know. You sound crazy right now. You don't even know what you're talking about. Why would you say the sky is blue? It's not even blue. And then you get to a point, they literally will lie about what is in front of you. So you're like, bitch, am I fucking crazy? I know I'm not crazy. And you get to a point to where you're like, I need to record this conversation because I need to go back because I know what the fuck I said and I'm not crazy, right? I'm still Team Keke because I know what a reactive abuse looks like. It wasn't photos without context. It was a video of him assaulting her. A text saying sorry for hitting you still doesn't show the intensity of how she hit him. It could be a small tap with her crying for him not to go. But we actually saw what he did to her. Text can be misleading. Like everything that they are putting out, these weirdo terrorists, Jackson brothers, Serranis the simp and Darius the terrorist, they are just showing us and proving to us that you guys are in fact abusive men. You are abusive men. And what I hope is happening, and I hope the women are watching and not entering into relationships with these men after they displayed this character to everybody on the world stage, to everybody, for everybody to see. This to me is Yelp reviews. Y'all putting out your own Yelp reviews. Y'all are weirdos. You two niggas are weird. And any woman from now, moving now on, that jumps into a relationship with them, you already know the dining experience you're about to have because Serranis Jackson's child's mother alleges that he was abusive as well. These apples haven't fallen far from the tree. Their father abused their mother. So they think this is how you operate and how you relate to women, by harming them emotionally, physically. And then where's my son? Where's my son? Where's my son? Nigga, shut up. Shut up. As a former victim of abuse, I definitely hit my abuser back in the beginning. He probably has voicemails or texts of me apologizing to him as well. It doesn't negate the fact that I was abused by him. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Y'all be thinking that people don't fight back. Nigga, I'm tired of you hitting me. When parents hit their children, the children can't hit back. And I think when men and women who become abusive in their relationships, they think they're dealing with a child and that person can't hit back. People are not letting people hit them and beat on them, especially like otherwise strong women who find themselves weakened in relationships. When they start to like realize, bitch, what the fuck is wrong with you? When they start to snap the fuck out of it, they usually start to fight back. I'm not letting you hit me. You're not going to be able to abuse. You're not going to abuse emotionally. Manipulation, when you call them out on what they're doing, they're like, no, that's not what I'm doing. They'll even have you questioning your intuition, bro. It is deep. You will have something that goes off, your intuition is ringing, and then they'll negate, you'll speak it out, and they'll negate everything that you said, and you're like, what? I know. Girl, you be making you crazy. But then at the same time, sometimes you can recognize what they're doing, but then it's like literally wrapped up in a vortex, like a spinning wheel. And you're just like, what? But when you get to where you're recording, you got to reevaluate the relationship. Darius is clearly abusive with Keke, and that video is likely not the first or second or 25th time he has laid hands on her. He was far too comfortable. Abuse doesn't start with a fist in the face. It starts by emotionally and mentally breaking the victim down, that they are so isolated and so under the thumb that they will excuse away all your bad behavior as it escalates. That's truly why victims stay. It's like you're a drug addict chasing that first high. You're chasing the feeling of when they were good, nice, and treated you amazing. I'm so glad this person left this comment. It is like trying to get that first high. And you know what that first high was? Love bombing. Yep, that's what it was. And so you're trying to get that back. And they're not going to ever give it to you again. Once you're hooked, you're not going to get that back. They'll give it to you for a day or two. You'll have like some good times. And then you're like, oh, this is great. This is great. And then all of a sudden it's like, they stop talking. You're like, what did I do? I don't even know what I did. What happened? Why are you, what happened? What's going on? And then like, they give you the, what is the silent treatment? And so you're trying to figure out like, okay, what did I do? And they're not clear on what you did. And you really didn't do nothing, right? It's just a game that they're playing with you, right? And especially if you're empathic, you're going to be concerned about how they're feeling. And so you're like, are you okay? And you're getting a sense that something is off, but they're not going to explain to you because there's nothing off, but you can tell they're playing a game, but you haven't associated that they're playing a game with you. You think that something's really wrong with this person. And then when they're not clear on what's wrong, you start to think you did something. And you're like, okay, so what did I do? What could I have done? You have to realize, man, fuck this motherfucker. You just gonna be mad. You just gonna be grumpy or whatever. I don't fucking have time to try to figure out what the fuck is wrong with you. That's when you know you're done. Like when you start being like, nigga, I don't care whatever he's doing. You don't even care. Like, girl, you playing this game. And then that's when you start to get aggravated. And then now we fighting because you playing this game with me, and now I'm gonna fight you. Or now I'm so desperate that I can't, my rejection, I don't want to feel rejected. I don't want you to go. Don't leave me. And that's where isolation comes in. You don't have no one around you. And then the thought, oh my God, it's like the thought of him leaving or her leaving you. It's like you panic because you have a wound that you have not healed. Girl, I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. And when they isolate you, you literally don't have anyone to go to. So when they threaten to leave, you're panicking, and you might grab them or run after them or no, don't leave me. You know what I said? You know what I'm saying, girl? The shit is real. And from my perspective, all they're doing is proving that they are in fact abusive people. It says everything is your fault. Their insecurities you are the cause of. That's why someone seemingly so successful with so much access could find herself in this situation. And then this is the part. It's hard to talk about it because you're an otherwise smart, brilliant, beautiful woman. And you found yourself in this situation that you're like, what the fuck am I in? And because they've isolated you, don't have anyone to talk to. But when it's time to talk to somebody, it's like you're embarrassed because you're otherwise this smart person. How could you end up in this cycle like this? Because you have some unhealed wounds. And more than likely, they were created in childhood and how you relate to your caregivers. You know what I'm saying? Let's have another fruit chew. Where did they go? What he's doing is proving that that's all he's doing is this damn mic is gonna be getting on my nerves. This will make me buy another mic. You know that, right? Because I don't like, even though I was just so happy over the oh, this is really annoying. I was so happy about the case, girl. That's what happens. You be so happy about the outside. What did I just say yesterday? But you got to look on the inside, and what's on the inside is not Don't fit right. Y'all sounds, oh, this is Cynthia G. I'm about to read her comment. She says, y'all sound dumb as hell. How are these proof of text messages? This looks like he could have typed something into a Word document and copy and pasted it. These aren't text messages. Where is the screenshot to show that these messages went from her phone to his? This isn't evidence to me. I want to see the text messages the court saw. Shout out to Cynthia G. I apologized to my ex when I hit him. I still don't negate the fact that he threw me across the room. Right. And nigga, I'm not going to apologize. And you end up apologizing. I'm trying to think. I did not apologize to my brother, and I did not apologize to my child's father. But I have the narcissist. That wasn't a physical, that was an emotional, abusive relationship. But I'll tell you one thing. The lessons I learned about myself, because it actually, thrusted me to go to therapy. And I started studying. When I started studying, I have so many books. And when I started studying, I started to study his behavior. Because after I've realized what I was in, I realized, okay, you're an unhealed empath. You're an empath. So you really were connected to someone who's like pulling. You wanted to help that person. You wanted to be there. You wanted to create a safe space for this person to heal. And they ended up trying to harm you, right? That's what happens that's why the narcissist and the empath, they have the same wounds, but they just have a different approach. One becomes really sensitive, highly sensitive, or becomes devoid of emotion and puts on a mask and walks through life with a mask on, walks through life conning people, acting like they are better than they are, and they are deeply, deeply, deeply insecure. You would look at them and think that they were highly confident. They think they're the smartest person in the room. They get over on people by conning you, getting you into this vortex. I started studying and studying and studying. Then I started studying him. Like, this is a narcissist. This is what I'm dealing with. So now I'm interested now, like, what happened? Now I could understand. And based on stories that we've shared, I could see, oh, we have the same wounds. He's just putting on a show. You are authentic. That's the attraction. Your authenticity in your expression of emotions and being caring and wanting to create healing spaces for people and being sensitive. That's why with a narcissist, they give you the silent treatment. And now you're trying to figure out, okay, I could tell something is wrong, but they're not talking to you. So now, because you're the only ones in the relationship, what could I have possibly done? It had to be me. And they're playing the game the entire time. It says many women can relate. That's all he proved by leaking this vulnerable moment. Women tend to apologize when we deserve the apology. We apologize to our response to their bullshit because they spin it on us and cause us to fixate on our response instead of their initial actions that triggered the response. And don't you see how that plays out in how we respond to other people online and in arguments and things like that? You want to start at B. You want to start at the reaction. But what happened right before that? Because you're not telling the full story. You want to start at B and G and F and N. Let's start at A. And that's where we're going to get the answer to what happened on B and G and N and M, LMNOP. He didn't prove a damn thing. Prominent transgender activist charged with raping 2 boys under the age of 13 allegedly gave them gifts to keep them quiet. Neighbors, a prominent transgender LGBTQ activist in Philly, has been arrested on several charges, including and assault of 2 young boys. According to multiple reports, Kendall Stevens, 37, was arrested Monday and charged with RAPE, involuntary assault, unlawful contact with minors, and indecent assault against 2 victims less than 13 years old. I feel like throwing up. Along with charges including corruption of minors and endangering the welfare of children. Put her motherfucking ass under the goddamn jail, bitch. You going to jail, bitch. What? Girl, you know, y'all know I don't play. Y'all know I don't play about LGBTQ. But one thing I don't play about more than LGBTQ is kids. Y'all know that. Y'all have to know that. I don't play about kids. Girl, what? Under the jail. Underneath the jail. The jail. Shout out to Funky Daniva. Girl, I don't even want to read this. The investigation to Stevens began after the grandmother of one of the victims said that they had been SA'd starting back when the child was just 8 years old. I'm so glad that grandmother believed that child and didn't ignore that child. A lot of children, ooh, it pisses me off. A lot of children are ignored. These are little boys. A lot of little girls are ignored. I'm glad he said something. I'm so glad he said something. Every now and again, I would just ask my son, has anybody touched you? Like, just ask them. Just ask the boys, the girls. Y'all put such this like kind of shame on sex that when something sexual happens to a child, they're ashamed to actually go talk about it because they feel ashamed about what happened to them because you put sex and, you know, this taboo around sex. So it really kind of disables children or anybody to say that they've been assaulted because they've equated that act with shame, right? So you're like, not only did this person SA me, maybe I shouldn't have been in that situation, right? They start feeling like that, and oh, I'm not going to say anything because now I'm going to get in trouble because what was I doing alone with this person anyway? You know what I'm saying? All those kind of thoughts go through somebody's head. The report also states that Stephen told the victim that she would be placed in jail if they told anyone. This comes as a shock to so many people in the LGBTQ community as Stevens became widely known after being a victim of a brutal hate crime. Stevens is also tied to several political campaigns. Under the jail. Lock her up. This post is just trying to aid the Erase Trans People Party. Anyone can be a pedophile, whether they are white, black, green, blue, trans, gay, lesbian, or heterosexual. Real humans don't condone this type of behavior, trans or not. That's a great comment. Send her ass to motherfucking jail. I don't give a fuck how she identifies. I don't care. Somebody said as early as 8 years old, girl, you gotta go. Get your ass up out of here. Get your ass up out of here. We don't play those games. I'm sorry. Get her ass up. I don't know who she is. Do y'all know who she is, folks in Philly? When is it safe to start saying my man, my man? As soon as you want to be embarrassed. as soon as you want to be embarrassed, start talking about my man, my man, my man. Christian Key says, girl, y'all tell me when he comes out with the when he sues the man. Here's Tasha K. It's sad to say, but Keke Palmer ain't no different than the white woman that was involved with Jonathan Majors. She allowed the public to think that Darius was abusive all because he didn't want her anymore. The public emasculated him, called him broke, and all sorts of horrible things over a bitter woman. Not understanding her worth and value, so much so that she couldn't fathom how dare a so-called broke man could walk away from a broken woman. This ain't the first black man that she lied on or hit, allegedly. She is the face of a black Karen. I apologize to Darius for all women. Not for me, bitch. I don't know the fuck you think you talking for, bitch. Shut your motherfucking mouth. Talking for me. You don't speak for me, bitch. Especially this male-identified dick-worshiping sucking you doing. Then she ends it too. I too have a black son. I too have a black son. So you're going to ignore these violent niggas out here because you have a black son? What kind of ignorant ass shit is that? Girl, I gotta go. Girl, that just made me so pissed off. This is a male identified mammy bullshit that this lady is just saying here. Male identified mammy bull. If you didn't read those text messages and you thought that this woman was actually the one abused, You are harmful to women. You are a threat to women. You are a threat to women. You may look like you standing up for women, but you're not. Because there's no way that you could have read those messages and understood what was happening. Your range. You don't have the range. You don't have the range. Because if you took that, this woman is a black Karen lying on a man. Girl, ooh. See, that's why I say there's some of y'all I wouldn't even want on a jury at all. Some of you could not. You please don't go in for jury duty. Please don't. Because some of y'all are dangerous. She allowed the public to think. Did you not see the video? Did you not see the stills from the video? What are you? Keke ain't no different than the white woman that was involved with Jonathan Major. Oh, so she's going to kill two birds with one stone. She'll probably be coming out defending Jeezy next. Male identified, dick worshiping, weak because you have a black son. What? So you didn't see none of the other tapes of him holding her from behind? What was that? Of him throwing her over the couch? What was that? You forgot about that? What? He didn't want her anymore. And then y'all put it like that. Like, this nigga, yes, he's broke and he needs to be emasculated. He needs to be... I might have to cut that out. Girl, fuck these niggas. Girl. And Tasha K sounds crazy as hell. Tasha, you out of order for this one. She's the face of a black Karen. And you might be the face of a black mammy. How you a mammy and a pick-me at the same time? Girl, I can't take it. Mountain, climb the Mammy Mountain. I'm climbing the Mammy Mountain. I'll stick up for a nigga. It don't matter what he do. I'm climbing Mammy Mountain. You got your boots on, girl. Climbing Mammy Mountain. I'll go up for a nigga. I don't care what he do. I just hate that for y'all when y'all be doing that. I be looking at y'all, and then you have a platform like yours, and you still you ain't a pick me. You a mammy and a male identified woman. You male identified. I do have a black thumb. Oh, do you? So that means that we should go up for black girl. That's a problem. You see yourself in them. They don't see themselves in you, and I'm done with it. I'm tired of telling y'all. There was a man, a boxer who was just arrested, or I guess they trying to arrest him, but he was recorded saying how he hit his family member, a female family member. Said she took it like a real woman. I didn't know she was a real woman. He said something crazy like that. Or I said, a real woman? You don't even see the humanity in these women, and y'all so male identified. You look at them and you see yourselves to the point that you will excuse violent behavior and degenerate behavior, and then tell another woman who is non-black that she's playing like she's white because she doesn't want unsecured guns around her child, and the father is young Jeezy, a fucking ex-dope dealer. Jeannie Mai shouldn't have had her stupid ass over there in the first fucking place. She's stupid in the first place. Anyways, y'all, I'm out of here. I'm done talking. I'm done talking about it. Take care of each other. No. I want to make... Oh. I thought the video was over. I was like, I want to make another video. All right, take care of each other. Protect your energy. Peace.